It was another month of just kind of muted activity. It was a fairly risk off, although they did find areas where they did have net purchases. Some of the key names in particular, actually, you're just talking about Taiwan Semiconductor, Meta Platforms, of course, the owner of Facebook and Instagram, and Alibaba as well, were three big, strong buys of our retail investor base at TD Ameritrade Singapore in the month of November. Now, however, there were buys, but it was overall a negative month in terms of selling exposure. They reduced exposure, only net bought 4 of the 11 S&P 500 sectors. I thought it was interesting that those 4 sectors were communication services, consumer discretionary, information technology, and real estate, because we have seen them rotating away from some of those, IT, those big growth names in recent months. But it looks like they're kind of piling back on. Maybe a case of some stocks have been beaten down. Looking forward to the future here. I think as we get towards these latter months of the year, you do tend to see some retail investors start selling some of their losers. However, whether it is for tax purposes or for trying to cut their losses or just kind of rotating and starting something new strategy in the new year. So we did see some sells. Some of the big banks, for instance, Bank of America and JP Morgan, they saw highs that they had not seen since about May in the month of November. We think that might have been a chance for
Yeah.
customers to take profit there. Also, NVIDIA was a big name too. Also up a bit in November, but still down 50% from its highs a year ago. So you never
Hmm.
know, if someone had bought this a year ago, they might be looking towards the end of this year as a chance to, hey, listen, I'm going to cut my losses here, use it as tax purposes as a selling point there. Expect more of that choppiness. I would expect here in
Okay.
the month of December too.